Yeah, just I think I'll tell the guys later what's going on here because I kind of like left a message on my wall. Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah, let's have some
All
fun.
right, let's begin. Dose of Saltmarsh ought to be fun. And thank you, especially Wyatt, for waking up so early to join us here.
Thank God for
Um,
doing this digitally so I could play.
Dude, a lot of respect for that, really. I would never agree to this thing if I were you.
okay, I'm going to start with Scenesy, and we're going to see how the characters end up finding their way to Saltmarsh. So, after saying goodbye to her family and both Beloril and Jurgen, who had traveled all the way to Chanithgate to bid her farewell, Scenesy set off across the wide open plains to the south. She traveled. The plains became more broken and rocky, and as she saw the foothills on the east side of the wall, a mountain range. On the other side of the hills, Scenesy passed through a small part of the forest of Amtar. It rather dark and scary. Her first time in the middle of a forest, especially by herself. In the midst of a small grove of trees, Scenesy found the corpse of an old man wearing brownish green robes and covered with vines. After investigating, she found a strange bag made with brown leather and green cloth. Um, a faint aura of conjuration surrounded it, and Seamsy took it, figuring that its previous owner no longer needed it. And so, Courtney, if you will look in your messenger, you're going to get a description of that bag. On your way to the south, you use some of that time in the rather uneventful journey to discover the secrets of that bag, that green bag, and became reasonably proficient in using it. The northern part of the kingdom of Dambrath um, really was pretty empty. A few villages here and there, but nothing much until you found yourself walking into the large fishing village of Saltmarsh at the coast. After passing through the gate, you saw the Wicker Goat, a nice old tavern. Let me see. Uh, the dubious honor you found out of being the oldest one in Saltmarsh. Going inside, you felt a little bit at home, actually, as the occupants of the tavern, especially many of the patrons, were dwarven miners.
I do.
Um, and also, some of the town guard were in there as well. You sat down and bought yourself a drink and just decided to wait until you saw what was happening. Okay, so that seems it. Now, we're going to move over to Adrian. Adrian, after hopping aboard a caravan out of Kathir and hiding aboard and keeping yourself hidden,
Really
you found
happy to
out.
be on that caravan.
Yeah, I imagine so. You do well in keeping yourself hidden under boxes and things in the back of it. From time to time, you're able to get out a little bit and steal yourself some food or whatever you needed along the way, and find that the caravan is heading southwest. Merilith is where most of the wagons are headed, and that's where you find yourself after a couple days.
Could you come again with the name? Merilith?
Merilith, yes. Merilith is much smaller than the urban jungle that is Kathir, and it's probably the smallest place you've ever been, considering you've probably not set foot outside Kathir much. You find it very interesting that such a rural place could exist. It's very different for you, and find yourself in the midst of a caravan group as the caravan sets up and circles the wagons. Finding an opportunity, you, while keeping yourself concealed, you continue to steal what you need, and then you find yourself thinking that maybe even Merilith isn't quite as far away from Kathir as you'd like. Luckily, in the group of caravans, listening in, you find one that will be leaving the next morning, going further southwest. Listening intently and for a little while longer, you find out that its destination is a large fishing village called Saltmarsh, which seems like a nice place to lie low for a time. The next morning, as the caravan leader prepares to embark, you take the opportunity to hop into the back of his covered wagon and wait for him to take you where you need to go. On the way, remember that little trinket that you found?
I do.
You kind of have a bit of time in the back of that wagon, and so you take a little bit of time to investigate that and take a look at what it might be. And this is what you find.
Oh, okay. I'm supposed to look at that in Facebook. Okay, I'll look that up. Thank you.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think you'll like that. Next, we'll head on over to Connacht. Connacht, after having traveled most of the way across the continent, you are tired and travel weary with your two companions on this great pilgrimage or great quest or whatever you might want to call it. You have traveled all the way down, all the way from Amn over to Dambrath and down to Marla. Your companions are now ready to be done with this. You are currently camped outside of the only temple in Torm that you're aware of in the entire kingdom of Dambrath.
Так, ребята, если кто-нибудь
And
смотрит
so
сейчас,
your pilgrimage here is
да, мы играем в
complete.
D&D с друзьями, и
However,
если у вас есть комменты, то вы пишите
as
обязательно в
you
комментариях.
are eating your evening meal
Либо к видео, либо на стене.
and discussing
Добро
the
пожаловать на стрим.
things, the ways back and the things that you might be doing, one of the people in one of the nearby camps begins talking about some strange things that are happening to the southwest. Your companions are not interested Really, they're tired, they're ready to go home. But your zeal um, still drives you onward, and maybe you're not quite ready to call this finished. The rumors are many, strange creatures, dark powers, um, raging seas, all those kind of things that you've looked forward to since joining the order. So with the idea that you could at this point bring some good and some order to the chaos that is going on down there. You talk to your companions and decide that you will continue on as they go back. One of them, who you look in his eyes and he seems to wish that he could continue on with you, but really is going to go back. He shakes your hand, blesses you, takes off his robe, and gives it to you, and says, "You may very well find this useful on your quest." And if you look in Facebook Messenger, you'll get what that is.
Please be a capability.
Having accepted the robe and the blessing, you continue on southwest, alone, at a leisurely pace, curious about what you're going to find in Saltmarsh. Not long after you begin the journey, you hear some sounds along behind you. You turn around and see a cart with a couple horses going on, seeming to go on their way around the Gulf and down to Saltmarsh. The caravan driver stops as they approach and asks you if you would care to ride along. You're obviously imposing, dressed with armor and a weapon like that, and he, if you're going the same way down to Saltmarsh, he wouldn't mind having you along for the trip.
Yeah, sure. It makes sense.
All right. He pulls you up onto the carriage, onto the kind of the shotgun part of the cart, and has you ride there. A nice imposing figure right next to him makes him feel a whole lot better, and lets you get off your feet for a time. As you're riding there, looking around at the scenery, you feel like you heard something in the back of the cart, but you're not really quite sure. Eventually, the two of you find your way to the gate, Saltmarsh. And as you approach the gate, the guard calls a halt to the wagon. "Ho there! What are you doing coming into Saltmarsh? What goods are you bringing?" Caravan driver, without missing a beat, he's been here before, begins to tell the guard what the goods that he's bringing in. Not anything big, some grain and some other perishables. After receiving his writ, the guard waves him through and gives you, Connacht, a good looking up and down as he has never seen anything like you before. Moving through the town, you see a number of different buildings here. First thing you actually see looks like a barracks in jail. You see guards on the outside training and they doing some drills, some weapon training, all the things around that guards might be doing in their off time. It looks like the guards are rotating out. You see several guards moving out of the barracks and up toward the gate, perhaps to take over the shift from the guard that you just passed. On the right side, you see a nice old stone building. The caravan driver points over to it and says, "That there be the Wicker Goat." It's a nice old place. I actually stopped there from on the way out, usually when I'm about to leave Saltmarsh. It's a nice place if you can handle the dwarves anyway. Plenty of guards in there though, so never really any ruckus going on. You continue to pass several more buildings. It looks like the caravan driver is driving right through the edge of town and down over to a trading market. It's at this point that he stops over in this area and just invites you to get off. He says, "End of the line. That's all we got." And so where my trip ends, and I'll be here for several days, but after that, I'll be heading back. I suppose if you decide you don't want to be here, you can always come back with me. Just make sure you flag me down before I head out.
Thank you, kind sir. I don't expect I'll need a ride home. If I do, I will find you, though.
Well, fair enough. As you get down off the cart, you hear a ruckus a slight ruckus in the back, and you thought even you might see somebody jumping out of the back of the caravan, but you're not really sure what you saw there.
Can I roll investigation?
You can roll. Yeah, if you want to roll investigation, you can.
Do you want me to roll anything here?
No, not yet.
No? Cool. Because I had a feeling about that caravan, you know. I had a strong feeling there.
Okay, you walk around the back of the cart and you look, and it looks like the back of the covering is disturbed, but you don't see anybody there. It seems like someone might have hopped out, but they're gone wherever they are. But as you do, you start to hear a commotion. And that commotion accelerates quickly into screams as you see somebody from this direction over here running up the coast, screaming.
From this direction
Is
over
it
here, yeah.
is there supposed to be a map on our screen?
Yeah.
Oh darn.
Question.
Okay, my bad. I should have brought you over here already. There you go.
That's fine.
So coming up from this direction over here, if you can see it, that's where you hear the screaming coming from.
So this is Slatmarsh, huh?
Yes.
Cool.
Now let's go back and talk about our final entry into the pot here.
Where am I?
You are at number 3, or can you see the numbers?
No, that's just on your layer.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You are right there, your piece.
I see myself now.
Okay.
That's some camouflage. I didn't notice her either.
Yeah, that's why I picked these tokens, because it was actually worse doing the ones I had previously. Katara. After having completed your studies in Sapra, you feeling the urge to move down and south toward the Great Sea, traveled over lots of country, down through the Shar, and down into the kingdom of Dambra. You managed to survive just fine alone, but took quite some time before you were able to get to Saltmarsh. When you did, you immediately found the Temple of Procon, which is where I am pinging right now. The people of Saltmarsh did not immediately take to you, looking quite different from anything they had ever seen before. However, Welgar, the Brine-handed, the one who is in charge of the Temple of Progon, immediately saw your symbol, your amulet, and knew who you were and who you served and welcomed you into the temple. You've been staying at the temple for a couple weeks now, as part of your pilgrimage and part of your desire to see the Great Sea. Welgar Brinehand is an old human. He's got he only has one leg. The wooden peg leg. And he's a former whaler. Now runs the Temple of Procon in Saltmarsh, and has taken to you quite well, and you've formed a fast friendship over the last couple weeks. Today, however, something different happens. As yells start to go through the town, you realize that there's a problem. You hear yells of attack and stories of strange sea creatures. As several people run into the temple seeking sanctuary. Welgar, in his rough voice, yells at them, but they flee to different parts of the temple and hide, and he just waves his hand and says, whatever, fine. But then he looks at you and says, and tells you to go handle it, whatever it is. As you rise from the altar, there seems to be an intuition, maybe, or a hint. Right on the stand next to the altar is a flask, a silver flask that you're aware of, something that Welgar uses to pour salt water over the altar just before any ritual. And you feel an urging to take it, that it might be necessary. You take it.
Yep. Okay, I take it.
Okay.
It will definitely be necessary.
It is on your Facebook Messenger.
Sounded like she stole that. Such a
She
bad
did.
lyric, you know. But she's well, okay. Yeah, I'm not supposed to tell that, I guess.
All right, I got it.
So keep in silence here.
Grabbing the silver flask, you run. You grab your weapon and run out of the temple. Along the edge of the water and down to where people are telling you that they're being attacked. Let's move to there.
DM, whenever there's a good moment for me to step away for like 4 minutes, I need to feed my zoo.
Okay, go ahead. That was fine.
A zoo? What is he talking about?
His
Why?
animals.
No, I
His
mean like
animals.
how many does he have?
He has 3 cats and 2 dogs.
Oh man. Cool.
Oh,
It's
it's
only
just
one
like
cat there.
Lots of animals.
just the way we like it, right?
Just in case, Levi's, I don't think I have a control over my character.
Yeah, I'm gonna fix that real quick.
And these creatures look pretty ugly. Yeah, I have a question to Corky. So why Simzi? Why does it sound to me like a Georgian name? Is it a Georgian name and does it mean anything?
Okay, so it's based off of a Georgian word, simzime, which means like heaviness because she's a graviturgy wizard,
Or will be.
or will be, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah, just like with me, I'm just a rogue for now. Just a rogue.
Yeah. When I Googled it, I like Google translated gravity and it came up as simzime. And I was like, oh, that sounds like a cool name. But then my friend was like, well, it doesn't actually mean gravity, it means like heaviness. I was like, it still works.
Cool. I like
So
the
cool.
background.
That's become my thing. I pick Georgian names. Like my other character is Emidi.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Remember this one.
And Kirill accidentally picked Shen, which he didn't mean to do, right?
I was actually thinking about more like an Asian name. But yeah, but then I really didn't think unless you told me that it's like it's actually you in Georgian, which was
Yeah, it
really
turned
obvious.
out to be
I don't know why I didn't
strange.
think that.
But I'm done.
Okay.
Hey, Zookeeper, welcome back.
Thanks.
It's so nice that you have so many animals.
Yeah.
So Levi heard quite correctly, but there are creatures coming out of the sea, and my Insimzi, I guess, heard this and has come to investigate along with the others.
Yes.
All right.
As the calls also echo through the different parts of the village, Simsy also takes the opportunity to go and see what the fuss is about. As the guards are slow in their desire to fulfill the duty as they hear the different words such as creature and sea monster, the 4 of you end up converging far ahead of them. Roll initiative.
Don't worry, I have 9, so I'm also worried about this fight already. Let's see what we can do. Initiative.
What did I not click that didn't put it in there?
Just click on yourself
I see.
and then roll initiative. Just go ahead and do it again.
Okay.
So doing that again.
Yeah, click on it.
515 is not good enough here. Dude, I have 10 now. Why didn't you tell that earlier, man? Oh my goodness. Who's in initiative?
Okay. Here we go. I need to roll for them.
Dude, and Nan rolled even lower. Oh man.
Yeah, it just goes bad really
It
fast.
happens.
Such
Why
a
did we
bummer.
roll again?
And then some kind of a kraken just appears and kills all of us right in the beginning of the campaign.
Roll new characters. I didn't like them.
Here I go.
If I had to write another story, I would be like, I'd just shoot something. I hate writing back.
Yeah. Also took me some time.
I feel you there.
All good.
I know he was messaging you guys a lot about your characters, but he had easy access to talk to me about my character a lot. So yeah,
I think we talked most of this last week.
Wrote the backstory, so be happy.
All right. Connacht, your holy zeal is preparing you to charge first.
Well, I think from what I'm seeing, my my holy zeal is going to tell me to walk a lot. Which looks like I can move there. And that's my turn.
Okay. Next, scene leader.
For perspective, how high is that cliff edge? Like 20 feet?
Yeah, about 20, 25 feet. Take an athletics check to get down there.
Like the way
For
up
acrobatics.
is close to Connacht, isn't it?
It's the only one I see.
This is like the way up, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
But you can use athletics or acrobatics check to get down if that's what you want.
Yeah, no, I don't want to. Thank you.
I'm gonna go ahead and go with oh, cast at what level? Cantrip. 1, I guess. Okay. Firebolt on this guy.
On that guy? Okay. That shouldn't be a problem. Yep. Go ahead and roll your attack.
I didn't do the slash.
No, it's on your character sheet.
Well, I did, but it doesn't roll the damage.
Not on your spells, under your attacks on the first page.
Oh.
17, that is a hit. Full damage.
Seriously?
No.
Oh, wow.
Seriously.
Why does it say 0?
The fireball screams.
I guess it's a good thing. Disadvantage.
The firebolt screams from your hand and wings the creature in the shoulder, causing a little bit of of burns as it passes by.
With 1 damage, are you sure it didn't just hit his like pinky toe?
All right. In response, he is going to run at y'all. He is actually going to run into the water. And is swimming toward the shore right there.
Dude, that's a
He's
very
going-
fast creature.
He is going to double move now.
Is that even legal?
Yes, it is. To use
To
your
No.
dash.
Yeah,
dash
guys,
it.
just for a joke. Never mind.
Yep, that's all he's got. Okay. He is right there at the bottom. It is now Adrian.
Well, I don't really want to see this creature coming closer. Gonna move. Wait, 4, 5, 6, somewhere
I
here.
think, yeah.
You think what?
I was gonna say, you went up and then right, and I think you can just count the diagonals as a single.
Yeah, the diagonals. Fine.
Yeah, I tried to use the diagonal. Just misclicked. 'Cause my
Okay.
browser is really like freezing. Yeah, I'm gonna try my short bow on this guy.
Cool.
Wanna shoot him. I guess I missed. It's a 9.
Short bow is a miss. The arrow sails wide and breaks on one of the rocks by his feet.
Such a
Katara.
All right, I will move just a little closer. Okay, I need a big screen for that, for all that stuff. All right, I will use Sacred Flame on him, and he needs Dexterity save.
Okay.
I will now tell you 13.
Okay. He saves.
Yeah, all right.
Dodging nimbly to the side. Somehow, as he's not even facing you.
Yep. Okay.
The next creature is going to dive into the water and swim. And jumps up onto the rocks right there. And that is his turn. Connacht.
Okay.
You will
Well,
not be able to attack any of the melee until you get to the bottom.
yeah. I'm going to go ahead and just use a javelin to attack this one.
Okay.
So
11 is a miss.
All right, I'm gonna remove a javelin,
Okay.
and I'm gonna go ahead and relocate here, and that'll
Okay.
be my turn.
All right. Simsy.
Well, given my last roll, I'm a little hesitant to waste a spell slot, a precious spell slot.
Well, at least you didn't waste one yet. You only
I
threw a
know.
firebolt.
I know. I was glad that was a cantrip. So I'm gonna go.
To be
like-
honest, now I'm worried about this fight. Because at first it was like four of us against the 2 of them, and now this is our bed rolls against their saves.
Careful, if you move that far back, they're going to have some cover because of the side of the cliff.
I'm gonna have some cover. Or they're
Both of you, they will and you will if they try to range attack.
It won't be a direct line of sight because they're below the cliff and you're above it. And so unless you're at the edge of the cliff, you won't be able to see them.
Okay. I guess I'll just stay where I was then. And go with another firebolt. Maybe I'll be luckier.
That is a hit.
I can definitely hit them. Let's just see if I do anything to them.
This one's a lot better.
Please.
As the firebolt sizzles through the air, it hits him right in the side. You see, you smell the smell of burnt fish and sizzled scales.
Ew.
Connacht is hungry.
I don't like fish, so I'm like gross.
He screams as he moves up this.
So these are water creatures? Did the fire hurt them more at all, or no?
As he starts running up the path towards you. But he stays right behind those rocks. Adrian.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cut him in the middle here and try to shoot him again. Because I believe I can see him clearly.
Yep, clear, no cover whatsoever.
Amazing. And 24.
Hit.
That hit. Cool. Yeah, it's gonna be. Wait, why doesn't it roll damage?
You have to hit push short bow on the.
Oh, I get it now. Yeah, 6 damage. Yeah, I pressed on the first one. Yeah, I get it.
The arrow hits the creature in the side. You see a small spurt of blood as it screams out.
Take that, stupid fish.
Next is Tara.
You said we can get down somehow with acrobatics or something?
With acrobatics or athletics, you can make a check to get down.
Okay. Athletics it is.
You easily get down. You grab a hold of the rocks and sure grip. You swing down onto the top of those wooden boxes and you are now down at the bottom.
Mm-hmm. Do I still have movement?
You still have 20 more feet of movement.
Right. And then... Oh, okay.
It's easier if you push snap the middle, snap the center.
Ah, snap the center. All right. Got it. So, okay. From here, I would reach this one with another flame. What is that? I forgot already. Yeah.
Sacred
13.
Flame.
Sacred Flame, yeah. 13 dexterity save.
He saves again.
What's wrong with him? All right. Good job. Good for him.
He hides He is completely unaware that you're casting it, but as it comes down, it hits the rock right above him. Yeah. And he screams out, but takes no damage.
All right.
Oh, man.
After losing his rock cover, he starts to run, jumping back into the water.
Oh, man.
Come at me, bro. Come here.
Yeah, that's where he has to stop. And nope, he doesn't have anything. So that's it for him. Connacht.
All right. Connacht is going to go ahead and move, drawing his sword, banging on his shield. Just intimidation tactic while he moves up to block the path and engage this one.
All right.
He's going to take a swing with his warhammer. So.
Ooh, Warhammer. Cool.
That is a hit.
Make his brain splash.
Yep.
8.
Describe it.
Yay!
First kill.
Connacht steps up onto the fish man. Sorry, I said sword. I meant warhammer. And
okay.
clanking his warhammer for an intimidation, steps up onto the fish man, smashes him forward with a shield just to step him off balance, and then just brains him with the hammer.
Nice. I need all of y'all, actually. I need to look at this. Okay. Katara, what is your passive perception?
It's 15.
Okay. You notice this. As one more begins to come out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, dang at it.
Next is Seamsy.
The fish rabbits are breeding.
You can come up to here and get a nice shot at him. For that, yeah. That is a hit. On this one, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, 9. This one, you seem to be getting better and better, and this time you chunk the firebolt and hit the fish monster right in the chest. Once again, you hear the sizzle of scales and smell that acrid, burnt fish smell. He is dead. So, Adrian.
Yay. Let's try to shoot this guy down there, close to Katara.
Okay.
Short bow again. I think that's a total fail because I rolled 1 2 times. My goodness, amazing. Thank you, roll 20.
Yeah.
I just really appreciate your help here today.
Did you just shoot yourself in the foot?
Dude, yeah, I think I hope I did not shoot you actually. That's shooting myself in the foot.
I need you to roll a d12.
No, do we really do a fumble table here?
Not the fumble table I did before, but I want a d12 this time.
Dude. Oh, I didn't want to do that. D12. Oh man,
Yep.
hold up. I just rolled some. 7.
Okay. The arrow just stunts into the side of the boat. Nothing else happens.
Cool.
Climactic.
Would have been climactic if you rolled another 1. Next is Katara.
Let's try to get this guy. All right, this is gonna be my great sword. Let me figure it out. So I just have to click on it on the character sheet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that?
Yes, unfortunately that's a miss. As you take a huge swing with your great sword, it nimbly ducks under it and is still prepared to attack, which it does now. Attacks. Okay. There. 3. It hits and does 5 damage.
Let me actually use my reaction wrath of the storm. It needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Take off that 5 damage, and then it will make a dex save.
Hey, that's a pretty hefty hit for us.
And it fails.
Finally, all right. It takes 2d8 lightning damage. All right.
Nice.
Woohoo!
Nice.
Describe it.
Yeah, somehow he's like attacking me. He gets this shock of lightning. Yeah, he's electrified and dies. But do I still take that 5?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I took it off you already. Okay, the next one. After seeing his buddies get beat on, he comes to here and kind of takes cover behind the rock. Connacht.
All right. Connacht is going to step on the dead fish guy as he moves down the trail.
It's kind of a
What do we say? That's what, 20 feet down? I guess I'm gonna go here.
okay.
I can't really do anything else from where I'm at, but for now, I'm done.
Okay, Seamsy.
Take a guess.
He is going to have 3/4 cover.
Just move up to the cliff face,
What if I
like
can do-
here.
He's behind the rock. But
Yeah,
I
he'll
think
have half cover there.
well, I think that's probably the best I can do. So
Yeah.
what does that mean mechanically?
It means he's gonna get 2 AC added.
Ah, okay.
Mhm.
Well, if I keep going like I have been, which on this I probably won't because I just said that, we'll see.
That is a miss.
Yeah. See what
Fire-
I said? See?
Firebolt sails right past him into the water.
I feel like Roll20 is playing against us today.
It can hear us.
I think it
knows
plays
it-
against players. I feel the same way when I'm playing on
Really?
it. Adrian, you're next.
Yeah, I see the paladin right below me. And I feel that even if I fall from the cliff, he's probably gonna catch me. So I just jump down right in front of him, which seems
got
like
you.
a really
Okay.
legit idea to me. So
Now, are you climbing down or jumping down?
I think I'm jumping because I would like to use my acrobatics. I'm not gonna lie.
No, it's jumping. You're just going to take damage. Climbing down, you can use your acrobatics.
Oh, okay, yeah, I would rather climb down then.
Okay, acrobatics check.
'Cause I really thought you would let me do acrobatics, like to do a roll at the end of at the landing site, you know, so I could just like negate the damage.
If you had described it that way, then yeah, I would have let you do that.
Oh, okay.
Do
Well,
like
actually,
a nice flip into a Lutz and
yeah. To be honest, I was thinking about jumping onto Connacht there, but well, let's see.
Okay, if you do the jump roll, it's going to be a higher DC than the climb down though.
Jump roll then. I'm gonna
Okay.
go with that.
Jump roll.
And I ask the paladin down there to prepare to catch me just in case. And I say, and look what I'm gonna do, man. 12.
Catch me, you fool.
can I roll assist?
I can't.
Or is it too late? Because I didn't think
can't
about.
describe how I fall down onto my face there.
Because if I assist, then maybe he can use the 15.
if you roll a high enough athletics, I will let you catch him.
Connect, right? You're speaking.
Yeah.
To cool. Do that, man.
Not
Because I
Not
think
the
otherwise you
gracious
just
orc.
broke your ankle or something. So
No, I think I'm just full like in the sand with my face. Oh man.
No,
No.
you see it, but not in time as
you
Adrian jumps from
Do I do a
from
nice
the
flip though?
he jumps
beautiful. Yeah.
from the cliff, arms outstretched as a beautiful swan dive.
The leap
Like
of
yeah.
faith.
Like a swan. Just
I
And
feel
then-
like an Assassin's Creed character though.
and then
you didn't land in a hay bale though.
he begins to he does a flip and puts his legs down as he tries to do the little roll, but he does not get them down in time and ends up landing flat on his stomach, right on the sand. Wind knocked out of him. You're prone, and you take 1d6 fall damage.
Cool. And I turn to the paladin. Do you want me to roll?
No, I'm rolling it.
So
Oh,
I
yeah.
think the
I'm turning-
paladin turns
damage.
toward you.
I actually turn to paladin and I say, "Have you ever seen anything more graceful than that?" And I'm like, saw that,
monkeys.
man. Do I still get to attack the guy and try to?
You're
You're prone.
and you have the wind knocked out of you. So
But
no.
it's like I can still use my movement to wake up, right? Like sorry, to get up.
You can still use the rest of your movement to get up, but you have the wind knocked out of you, and you're having a hard time breathing, much less attacking.
Oh my goodness. So are you trying to say that there is no chance I can attack the guy?
You cannot. He took 2
man.
damage, and that's it.
That's a pity.
Katara.
Okay, I'm glancing at those stunts guys are doing over there. Just proceed to the creature. So I use my great sword again. I'm using, okay, here we go.
That's a hit.
Yay. And to roll damage, I click on
Great sword.
again?
No, the
below
one right below the roll.
Yeah, you click that word great sword under your 18.
Ah, okay, that's how it works. Nice.
All right. 8 slashing damage as you cut through him with your huge blade. All right. Okay. This one's dead, so take him off there. This one is going to attack you back. That's a miss. Second attack is also a miss.
He is injured. He cannot attack properly.
Connacht is going to do a second look at the angel kind of pattern in the sand underneath his swan diving companion, and go ahead and just pick, raise his sword and hammer and move along the coast as far as he can. And that's all I can really
move if you want.
Yeah, I was gonna say I probably should dash, double move.
So, you have a shield and warhammer, correct?
Yeah, so
okay.
Does that inhibit the dash at all?
Nope.
I don't think it does.
Nope, 60
so
feet.
3, 4, 5. So I'll stop there.
Okay. Seamsy.
Seamsy, again, realizing that this monster has some cover behind that rock.
And the 2 people standing between you, yes.
Move along the coast or along the cliff edge here. Having seen the poor the poor guy over there fall down the cliff, she decides not to climb down just yet.
Climbing down is okay. Just don't do a backflip or an angel pose like going down.
It's still at half cover. It's still a hit.
How is it still at half cover? I can see it.
There's 2 people between you and it.
We're also cover as well.
That doesn't matter. Since when does people standing in the way matter for D&D?
Well, when you're
Since
moving
I'm the
through,
DM and I control everything.
when you're moving through us, it's not an obstacle, but shooting through us is an obstacle.
You still hit him. Why are you complaining? Roll damage.
Where does this firebolt come from, though? Does it come from
Your
my
hand.
hand?
Or
Oh,
your staff, however you want it.
I was kind of thinking it comes from like the sky or something, so I guess that makes sense.
Okay. The firebolt sears through the air straight between Katara and Connacht, and it connects with the fish monster, hitting it right in the right shoulder. Hard though, doing 7 fire damage, sizzling scales, and so forth. All
Levi's
right.
the fire's not doing any extra damage, is it?
No.
Is that I thought?
Adrian.
So if I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I step here, will I be?
You are swimming.
Oh, it's already so deep. Okay.
You can go 1 into the water
Here.
without.
All right, cool. So if I stay here, will I actually have? Will he have a less bonus to AC?
No, I think I'll give you a clear shot on that one.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna try to shoot the guy again.
Okay.
It's gonna be a short bow. Let's go with
That's
that.
a hit.
Cool. Finally. Hold up for a sec. Yeah, and I'm gonna. It's gonna be 5 piercing plus a sneak attack here, because the guys are there.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's 1d6 only. Yeah. So, oh man, it's 11 damage.
As y'all are standing there, ready to engage the fish monster, an arrow flies out of nowhere. Real. Describe that.
And yeah, I pierce as he is fighting the guys. I believe he looks at the. He kind of turned himself towards the paladin, and I hit him right from the back of his head, right into the eye. So the arrow pierces. There's the eye on the arrow, and it like falls on the ground. And I say, "Bullseye!" Oh, sorry, I meant a fish eye. And I'm happy with my shot.
The fish monster flops down into the water, and the waves slowly begin to carry it out into the sea as blood begins to turn the water red around your feet.
Such a romantic description of a corpse.
If there's no other enemies, Connacht will reach down and grab the leg and pull it a little bit back so he doesn't lose it.
Yep, you can pull it back. You are out of initiative. The fight is over.
Cool. Just a quick question out of the game, if you don't mind. Do you worry about my arrows? Should I collect them? You don't worry about that, right? Cool.
I don't want to worry about that now.
Yeah, me neither.
I assume you'll start collecting them after. Every once in a while, I'll have you buy new arrows, but I'll mention it if I want to.
Should I mention collecting my javelin? And if
your
it's
javelin are only 5 and not your main weapon, so yes. I know it seems kind of not fair, but yeah. Your javelins are going to run out.
But
so
like at least if you
I should leave that at 4 then.
But if you say that you collect the javelin back, you'll be able to restore it. Because for arrows, you usually have back half of what you spend.
Yeah, the javelin, if you pick it up, you'll always get it back. It's not going to break.
Sure.
Unless you throw it against like a stone wall or something.
Mm-hmm. Okay, makes sense. Connacht is going to also be kind and gently reach his finger over and touch the side of Katara's head and lay on hands. So I'll go ahead and use 5 points.
Be healed.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. This is the first time y'all are meeting, so you might want to say hello.
I guess I see how he heals her, and I'm like, dude, What about me? Didn't you see that magnificent fall there?
I
She has just been fighting, you know. I tried to perform a difficult act there. And like, wait, what is that? What is that a worm?
Connacht offers. It's like, well, get closer. I can't do it at range.
Oh, cool. All right, yeah.
But
Now you want me to walk over there and like swing a little. Okay, cool.
you could swan dive over here.
She starts to see if she can find anything in the bodies.
You heal.
Okay.
I'm gonna use healing
need only 2
hands,
men.
and
Only 2 men. That's what I need.
well, I have 1, so you can heal 1 point.
Oh man. Not even healed up to
Um,
maximum, and I'm like, that's really all you can do.
That's
roll
all I
roll
got.
investigation, Simsy.
Thank you anyway.
Wow. Okay. You find a spear on the monsters, each one of the monsters' corpses, as well as you realize that their scales, especially some of the dorsal scales, if you pry them off, you might be able to sell them to somebody for some money.
Cool.
And Connacht is interested in looting this one that he pulled back into the beach.
Roll investigation.
I'm interested in looting this boat.
You find the same thing, a spear, and those iridescent scales on the back look like they could fetch a price.
Yeah, so I start taking scales off.
Roll a sleight of hand.
Who?
Simsy.
Oh wait, okay, sorry. So I cannot investigate the boat.
I'm getting there.
Oh, okay.
Simsy, you managed to pry one of the scales off. That's pretty good. And maybe worth about 10 gold to somebody. Connacht, you can do the same if you want.
If I fail, can I just pulverize until I get scales?
We'll see what happens.
Okay.
And after the boat, I would like to check the crates there on the shore.
Ah.
The scale just snaps right in half as you try to, into multiple pieces as you try to pry it off the body. But there are a couple more large scales you might have a chance at. While you consider that, roll investigation on the boat, Adrian.
Mm-hmm. And I see as the guys are interested in these bodies, but I kind of don't want them to be around while I loot the boat and the crates. So I tell all of them, and I say all of them, hey guys, there is one more body over there on the hill. I guess you're welcome to go there and see what it has. And roll an investigation on the boat. 15.
Yep, the boat is empty. You search it for maybe possibly secret compartments, but you don't find any.
Mm-hmm.
It does look, however, like the type of vessel a smuggler might use.
Wow, dude, amazing. Crates, I want to check them.
And I want to
go ahead and roll investigation on the crates, and then I'll let you get down.
Meanwhile, I'm looking at the creature and trying to understand if I saw these creatures before, trying to understand what attracted them to this place.
Okay, roll nature. Your investigation yields not a whole lot. Mm-hmm. There are a few, a lot of the stuff looks as if it was kind of damaged in the salty air and the sea. It's kind of been there for a while. It may even be an abandoned smuggler's cove there that is no longer in use, but some of the stuff, maybe a bolt of cloth or something has been recoverable if you want to take that, you can, but pretty much nothing else is useful.
Could you come again? What can I take if I want?
There's the bolt of linen.
Bolt of linen. Okay. Can I understand how much would I have if I sold it?
Probably about 5 gold.
5 gold. Not a lot. Do I actually notice in, like, if I take it in my hands, do I notice maybe there is something covered inside this bolt of linen?
There does not seem to be, no.
And then I would like to check these crates over there. Or did you just tell me everything about all the crates?
I told you everything about all the crates.
In that case, I'd like to check if there are any footprints coming from the boat and showing me some secret stash of the smugglers on the beach.
Okay. Katara, you're guessing because of all your knowledge of the water that these are Sahugin. They are fish-like humanoids, usually evil, and they make pretty decent fighters, as you just saw yourself. And they're not really. I mean, they have a somewhat hierarchical structure to their colonies, so it seems strange that just 3 would suddenly attack for no reason, but you're not really sure why.
Okay.
What did you? Okay, roll survival, Adrian.
Look at that.
You do see.
I'm happy that it's in this order and not vice versa.
You somehow do manage to see what looks like really old tracks in the sand, almost like as if the sand was worn down, but it doesn't look fresh, and it just seems to be leading from. You don't see any around the boat, but you do see some in this direction. But it only seems to be people going and where they might have loaded the crates onto the shore.
Yeah, guys, if you want to do anything, um, uh, I would like to say only one thing. I think I might want to check the place for some secret stash anyway. Like checking for some secret doors or maybe a loose rock behind which
Okay.
I would find a stash or something. I spent there, I don't think that as much time as I need sounds correct, but let's say I spent there like 30 minutes or something. Thorough search of
You
everything
find
around.
nothing.
Okay.
During that time, can Connacht attempt to pick any of this?
Yeah, you can try to pick the scales off of that.
How many more scales are there to pick?
There are 3 more opportunities.
Should I just roll 3 dice?
You should roll one at a time. By the hand.
See.
Yep, the next one comes off. Really nice. You cut under it, and realizing how delicate they are now, you free it from its fishy body.
All right. Ruin that one.
Next one cracks in multiple pieces and is worthless. And the next one you managed to get off as well, so you got 2 of
So
them.
we got 2.
Courtney, are you gonna try to get any more?
How many did I actually get?
You got 1, but you only tried once.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll try more.
Okay.
How many should
Well, you're on that one, so there's 3 more opportunities, 4 of those big scales on each one. You got 1 other off.
Okay. And how much are they worth?
10 gold apiece, assuming you can find the right person to sell them to.
All right.
Connacht is swimming out in the water in chainmail. There you go. So what are you gonna do now? You can go back to the town, or
I take the linen.
There's another fishy body to loot, so Connacht is moving that way since nobody else has
all right.
loot.
You find another spear on him and the same 4 scales on the back.
I will go for it, because why not?
That one breaks. Broken.
Breaks.
Also broken.
So good. And broken.
And
Okay.
broken. You break all 4 of those.
You mean it? You mean I'm not supposed to get these with the hammer? Well, I got a spear.
The guy, I look into the sea. Is it calm?
It seems calm, just the waves rolling in as usual.
I like to go to the sea on a boat, and not far, not into the open ocean, but I really feel there should be something. Maybe close to the shore, in the water, like a stash kind of. Yeah.
It helps you. This is not a battle map that came with the module.
Uh-huh. So that means that you can put the hidden stash anywhere you want, right? All right, I'll leave it be. If you really don't want me to push you over there with some hidden stash, I'm gonna leave it be. I have no problem with that.
I do notice there's crates and barrels down there, but
there was nothing so interesting. Only linen, and I hope I could find maybe a right person to sell it to.
Yeah, there was only 1 bolt of linen that was usable in there. Everything else had been long abandoned and rotted.
I turn to this Genasi girl behind me and I say, "Hey, what do you have behind your ear? Why is there gold there?" And I just put my hand over her ear, like taking the coin out of it. It's an old magician trick. And I say, "Hey,
sleight of hand check.
have you ever seen that?"
Have you ever seen a Janazi before?
No, I'm not sure. I'm just saying that I'm like doing that with the girl there. I didn't
Okay.
mean that like Genasi and stuff.
Yeah, I'm chuckling because I'm a little amused by that and unexpected. So,
And I'm like, "Why did you even have my gold behind your ear? That's weird." I put it.
Okay, this would be a good time for all 4 of you to describe what you look like. So,
Okay.
how about we start with the Janazi?
right. Yeah, there is that beautiful description. I wouldn't describe it better myself, but all right. So basically, I look like I'm just I came out of the water, which I basically did. So guys maybe don't seem like it's something unusual, but what they might notice that my hair is floating around as if they're still underwater, and the skin is of blue color, and the eyes are too. So yes, I'm just like I'm swimming right now.
Dude, did you mean that like I should have been kind of shocked by her appearance, right? That's what. Oh man, of course. I did not think about it. I'm so sorry, man. Just kind of broke broke that role play there. Yeah, I am actually. I am amazed. I guess. Like my eyes are like big. I don't know why only now though, because we've been fighting together. um, but as I do the trick, I'm kind of like pulling out the trick on her with the coin. I kind of like to like I try to touch her hair, try to see if she's like in the water right now, or is she like standing right in front of me? Because she kind of appears to me like a ghost at some point, I would say.
Mhm.
And I'm like, wow, is she even real? But I feel hair, I believe. I'm not sure how gymnastics work.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I see it floating like in water as she described, and I'm like, whoa. I try not to show that though, but yeah, as I pull the trick. But yeah, that's why I did the trick. Let's say to check if she's
Yeah.
real.
Yeah, you feel the hair. It's really strange. You feel that it's there, but it does look very, like you said, ghostly.
Yeah.
Tara is surprised
Yeah.
that this guy is not shocked by the appearance like all the other people are, and so yeah, I'm happy that at least someone is like okay with my appearance in this area.
All right,
Yeah.
Adrian, what do you look like?
That's a good question, man. I look like an elf since I am one. But yeah, I have a set of fine clothes. I have pretty long hair, which is actually mostly like dark blue color, and I have blue eyes. Um, I don't even know what to tell you about myself. Um, yeah, I look kind of. How do you say that? You get like if you look at my character, I believe you should see that I'm willing to speak and I'm quite outgoing, but at this point right now, I prefer to stay secretive, I guess, something like that.
Okay.
Like hiding myself behind a mask.
All right.
Yeah, which well, I don't show to everyone, I guess, because I'm pretty good with my disguise. Let's say it this way, and yeah, but well, to these guys, I can actually show that I'm like a little bit hiding my real emotions behind a mask. Like with Katara, for example, I'm really surprised actually, but my character actually keeps that poker face while touching her hair, even though he's really surprised and amazed.
Okay. Katara, roll insight.
Короче, ребята, учите описание, вот когда вам говорят, типа, как писать себя в английском языке, блядь, выучите, серьезно. Потому что вот в таких моментах потребовалось, и что-то ничего нормального я рассказать, походу, не смогу.
Okay. Yeah, you don't notice any of that. His
Cool.
emotions are hidden from you.
Thank you, amazing roll.
Simsy, you're next.
Терпеть не мог никогда эти описания самого себя.
Lindsay comes over to say hello to her unlikely battle companions.
Howdy.
She's amazed by, I guess she doesn't know her name is Katara at the time, but by this Genasi.
Я понял,
Seems
еще,
he
походу,
looks
безумно
pretty darn normal in
специалист.
comparison. She's human, white skin, kind of blondish hair.
Весело.
She's wearing heavy armor, which may be a little bit surprising for a wizard. But yeah, other than that, she's, especially in this group, pretty run of the mill. Like, yeah, you look normal.
Except that the armor is distinctive dwarven make.
Oh, right. Yes.
Dwarven chainmail.
Yep. The armor's for sure dwarven. And she greets you all politely. And yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, I'm saying hi. It was a good fight.
All right, Kana.
So much about Connacht y'all have already noticed just simply in passing during the battle. The armor he's wearing is chainmail. You'll notice it's fairly silvery, highly polished, but he's also wearing a surcoat that basically has sort of a mixture in that it has a gray and white appearance about it, but he also has a a badge on his shoulder with a sort of face of a lion on it. But other than that, he looks pretty much human. You notice he has a full beard and short-cut hair that is white. He doesn't have the carriage of that. He's got a significant age on him though, but that's really the most you've noticed until you get to when you get to the top of the trail and meet him. The major thing that you notice that may or may not startle you is his eyes. That's the first indication that he may you may have suspected, but the first clear indication that you have that he may not be human. His eyes, when you look into them, it looks like it's not bright, but it's sort of the sclera of his eye, what you would expect to be white, looks like frosted glass. And the center of his eye, where you would expect a pupil and an iris, looks like a dim silvery light. Again, it's not very bright, but something in a black room you may notice. But otherwise, he looks human, other than his white hair and his sort of iridescent eyes, like moonlight behind frosted glass.
Cool.
Okay. What are y'all gonna do?
Mysterious guy.
All right, so I'm going back to the inn. See ya.
I think that's a good idea. I'd like to have something strong, maybe.
Yeah. Let's get a drink together. Why not? We vanquish these terrible, horrible creatures together. Does anyone have any money? Because all I have is scales.
You have a little, but
Yeah, I have some.
since I just arrived, so I'll join y'all at the end. I may see if they have room.
I actually do have. So.
Go ahead. You do have what?
I do have a little money, so I can get at least myself something.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying, guys. We have just actually defeated the creatures, which the villagers were afraid of, I believe. And if we just show ourselves to the local guard with those scales that you have, we can actually grab a head of one guy just to show it as a proof. And if we go to the town mayor, maybe, of the village, I don't know, like elder, we show them this as a proof that we have defeated the monsters, we might be rewarded, because
or at least a drink.
Excuse me?
Or at least a free drink.
Yes, or at least a free drink. That sounds like a good idea to me.
There's a monster on the way up of the trail. If you want to just, I've got a hammer. If one of y'all has something sharp, you can take the head off if you feel like it's necessary. I imagine that the locals are aware of these things are here, and if they're suddenly dead, then we probably could just be like, oh, hey, we got that. But yeah, take the head if you feel like it.
I think my spell is opposite of what you want, so.
Courtney, could you come again? I didn't hear everything that you said.
I said I think that my spell mending would do the opposite of what we want, so I shouldn't try.
Okay, I can cut it with my sword.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna carry it.
I'm gonna carry it. I want to be renowned. No, I don't want to be. Never mind.
All right, make an attack against it.
Okay.
No, wait. Don't bother. Don't bother. You guys have scales, right?
We have scales. If they would be clearly identified to these things, we can just show the scales.
Yeah.
I
think we don't have to worry about the head.
All right. Well, I'm happy to head to the inn, and if y'all are gonna go there too, I'll join y'all at a table.
Yeah, I
Alright.
follow the guys, but I
Yeah.
don't go
Alright.
first. I go the last, and I kind of cover myself with food.
Hey, Kiro, just curious, does it have it in your character traits that your character likes loot or no?
Kinda. Kirill likes loot, isn't that enough?
Kiro likes loot, and he likes playing characters that like loot.
Yes. Yeah, well, in this case, I don't think I should keep it a secret. I think my character, yeah, he kind of likes things. Anything that is not nailed to the places might be taken and sold. So.
Is this a sticky finger situation?
Mm.
Alright.
Блин, ребята, короче, я не знаю, что с зумом происходит, и я не знаю почему,
The
но нас не видно.
inn is right there.
Я в курсе, если что, я пытаюсь
That's
решить
what you're going
проблему,
for.
если кто-то меня смотрит сейчас, но пока что почему-то ничего не происходит. Поэтому прошу прощения за гребаный зум. Испанский стыд, когда зум, как всегда, не работает, а стыдно тебе. Guys, can I try to reconnect to the Zoom meeting?
Yeah.
In a second, because for some reason on the stream, the Zoom lagged, froze, and I cannot, like, I guess the people can hear us speaking, I hope at least, but they cannot see us, which is bad.
All right.
So I'll be back in a second, okay? Yeah,
Okay.
back. Так, ну что, попробую тогда перезапустить. Секунду. Ребята, есть вообще кто-то, кто смотрит онлайн? Мне просто интересно. Напишите хоть в комментах, как дела, как вообще действо. Ребят, если, короче, Zoom сейчас опять не заработает, то придется, наверное, без видео. К сожалению. Guys, I'm
He's
back.
still hitting stuff with a hammer.
Oh yeah, he loves hammer.
He absolutely loves his hammer.
So, Connacht, more or less beelines for where he understands the inn to be. He's not necessarily like ignoring the surroundings around him, but his interest is in if he's going to spend time here investigating whether a room is worthwhile, at the very least, to just sit and get a drink.
Seems he's more like, enjoying the nice little town. The blue sky and the quaintness of the village around. So she's a little bit slower, but makes her way to the tavern.
Yep. As you walk through, you see the kind of marketplace right there. It's not a typical marketplace, but a reasonably nice one. And and you continue through the town all the way back to past several houses and buildings, and then back to the Wicker Goat.
Отлично.
I
Все
am
заработало.
assuming the rest
Слава богу.
of y'all follow.
When she enters, I'm assuming there's dwarves inside.
Assuming there's what?
I'm assuming there's still dwarves inside.
Of course.
She asks someone in Dwarvish what the best drink around here is.
Okay. Did everyone go into the goat?
Before going into the tavern, I'd like to see if there is anybody I could sell my linen to. And obviously, before selling that, I make sure there's nothing hidden inside.
Okay. Yeah, there's nothing hidden inside. On the way past the what's it called? The quartermasters of use, and right here, they have several stands, and people are willing to buy pretty much stuff. So you're able to get your 5 gold pretty easily from it.
Oh, even no haggling for 10 gold?
If you want.
I'd like to try.
Okay.
I'm not best at haggling, but I like gold.
Roll persuasion.
Persuasion it is. 13.
13. He looks back at you and just shakes his head. He's like, this smells like old ship and fish. This is gross. I'm gonna have to wash it just to get the smell out. I'm of course not gonna pay you 10 gold for this.
Okay, just take it. Give me my 5.
He puts 5 down and takes the bolt of linen.
Such a nice linen, man. Such a nice linen. Yeah, and I follow Simzi to the tavern, I guess.
After getting an answer from the dwarf, she suddenly stops and realizes that he actually did not sell her scales. And so she just turns right back around and walks out.
Okay. And I assume tries to go and sell.
Yeah.
Okay.
And maybe the person she was talking to is a little confused, but she wants to go sell them.
Okay. You make your way back over to the quartermasters of the use, and you're pretty easily able to find several stalls, but none of them seem too intent on buying them. One person you ask is willing to give you 5 gold apiece for them.
I have 2, I think.
You have 2.
Okay, I'll take that. 10 gold.
Okay, 10 gold. Deal.
Okay, back to the tavern.
Okay. Is everyone going to the tavern now?
Yep. Dara seems like it's a good rest from her studies at the temple. So I'm joining you guys.
Okay. Let me see here.
I'm trying to see if anybody's playing cards there inside.
Yeah, just let me get it
Mm-hmm.
set up and together. I thought I had I wanted together, but as you enter into the bar, there are several people around. Plenty of it's not very crowded, but there's a number of people in there, and it seems reasonably full because of it. One of the tables, or several of the tables, you see some of the town guard, and they are drinking together, talking, having fun, those kind of things. On the, there's actually a makeshift stage, not a makeshift stage, but a stage in the main room of the tavern where you see where you see a bard who is actually performing at the moment. That she seems to have a nice voice. Or
Does that go into your Witcher?
hold on. Yeah, he seems to have a nice voice. Hard to tell on that case. In the corner, you do see a contingent of dwarves dressed in dirty clothes. And as you get anywhere close to them, you can tell quite clearly that they smell of dirt and earth.
Connacht on entry, noticing the town guard would walks over to them and inquires, "Watchman, don't get up. I'd like to just ask, where would I find your captain or lieutenant, depending on the structure here?"
Okay. One moment. Okay, now let me get all into here.
Or if any of them, out of character context, if any of them have a rank higher than Watchman, he would notice. And if one of them is the sergeant, lieutenant, or captain, he would be talking to the highest rank.
Okay. That building right there, by the way, is where y'all are. And you enter in. Yeah, there, I think. No. You can go up to any of the guards that you wish.
So, do I notice anybody playing cards?
No, you do not.
I come to the dwarves.
DM, should I do an investigation roll to notice rank, or would I just, are they all the same rank and it wouldn't matter?
If you go up to one of the tables, depending on which table. Right now, you're just standing in front of the door. Yeah.
There appear to be two over here. I'll start there.
Yep. You can tell both of them seem to be watchmen. Nothing impressive about their rank. What are you asking them?
I'm just asking them, just as I said before, just saying, just calling out their ranks, just watchmen. No need to get up. I would like to inquire though, if I'm looking for your senior officer, where would they be located or most likely to find them?
The two guards look at each other and then back at you and said, "Well, that would be the barracks."
Where are the barracks? I'm new to the area.
Oh, okay. Well, makes sense. Never seen you around here before. Barracks just across the street. Big building, yard outside. Probably see guards training there.
I'm sure it's sort of a standard layout. I'll find it. Thank you.
Sure, yeah. And they go back to their drinking.
And Connacht, I assume these are stone walls, so need to move back this
Yeah.
way through the door to the main area. And it looks like a convenient table.
Okay, what are you doing with the dwarves over there? Adrian?
As I see that they are dirty and muddy, first of all, I come to them and I say, "You guys don't seem like the workers of the docks to me. Have you heard what happened back there at the bay?"
They all kind of look at you, almost a little annoyed that an elf would just come up to their table, but got no time for what happens down at the docks. Has nothing to do with us. Doesn't concern us. The
Don't
others
you
nod
leave?
their head.
Don't you live somewhere around here?
Yeah.
So why doesn't it concern you? Like, did you know that your village
See?
was attacked?
Obviously not that badly, or they would have called us.
Why would they? Why would they call you?
The dwarves were the toughest people here.
Oh, really? Are you guys with the guards?
If the guards can't handle it, that's when they call us.
Are you like so?
But the other two kind of laugh and and yeah.
I laugh along. So just pretend that I get the joke. But to be honest, I
Yeah.
didn't at first. Yeah. I understand that they're the cool guys and stuff. But I would really like to know though. Just hold up for a second, okay? So are you guys like local mercenaries?
Mercenaries, no. No. We work the mine.
Oh, the mines. There are mines in this place.
It just started up a few years ago.
Cool. What kind of things do you find in the mines?
Well, mining for silver at the moment.
And silver. Amazing. Do you guys happen to have this renowned smiths of yours? 'Cause I heard this the dwarven smiths are the best.
Absolutely, without question. Everybody knows that. Almost as if he takes a slight bit of offense that you don't know that already,
No, like I actually know.
or even questioned it.
No, yeah, I did not question. I'm speaking like with respect, trying to, like sell myself to these guys. I don't know. Cool. So you are the mine workers. It's amazing. Do you guys happen to play cards in your mines?
No,
Oh, really? How
no.
do you guys relax then? How do you take off the pressure?
We do it like this. We drink. We
Oh,
drink
just drink.
and sometimes play dice.
Oh, you play dice. Wow. Could you teach me how to play dice?
He looks at the other two and then looks back at you with his eyebrows lowered just a little bit. It's like, I suppose so.
Yeah, cool. Do you guys usually play for money?
Of course.
Cool. How much do you usually wage?
Well, how much you got, elf?
Yeah, what do you say if we do the teaching round first? So we'll play like for free because I really need to get to the rules. And Levi, just in case, I hope you understand that I'm kind of lying to them, that I don't know the rules. I'm not the master of the dice, but I'm pretty good in the games of chance, so I do know the rules actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, just in case. So yeah, I tell them that I would like to play like an introductory round, and then I'd like to bet 3 gold pieces. from each of them.
We play for money here, Elf. If you want to play, we play for money.
Yeah, I have. So, well, 3 gold pieces, is that not money?
I thought you said an introductory round. He's telling you they won't do an introductory round.
Oh, really? Oh, dude. Okay, I'll bet 1 gold piece for an introductory round, but dude, I don't know the rules. How do you expect me? Like, I'll definitely lose. So, is that okay with you if I play for 1 gold piece for the introductory round, and then, like, we'll put it up to 4 or 3 gold pieces?
And he smiles and says, "Yeah, I think we can do that."
Cool.
While Adrian's busy, the other table is just doing some light introductory chatter.
Mm-hmm.
You guys go ahead and speak, actually. I don't want to take all the time. So, I believe I can return back to me a little later, I believe.
Okay.
And I would like to take part in introductory chit chat as well.
We can finish your thing with the dwarves so that we can all be at the same table at the same time.
Okay. First off, roll deception.
Deception is not my best part. 17.
They totally believe you. And then I want you to roll sleight of hand.
For the first round, dude, I just lose 1 gold. I don't need sleight of hand.
Oh, you're intending to lose.
I'll lose 1 gold for sure to make my lies even like look stronger. But the second.
All right. Well, you lose 1 gold, and then at the next round, what the dwarf that does win the round is laughs and grabs the gold and says, "You're welcome all the time here, Elf. If you play like that."
I say, man, I want to return my money. Let's go with 4 gold this time.
Very well. 4 gold. The other 2 kind of bow out, but the one that won is feeling good about this, and so he puts down the 4 gold.
Hey guys, why don't you let's play all of you together?
Yeah, the others no. They get back to their drink, and they're interested in seeing who wins, though.
Cool. So now I cheat. I cheat with my best ability.
Okay. Sleight of hand.
My goodness. Please. 27. Oh man.
Okay. I need a D100 for the dice roll. With that sleight of hand, it is going to be highly in your favor.
You want me to roll D100?
For chance.
For what?
Chance. There's always chance when the dice rolls.
43.
You can engage in this as you're throwing dice with the dwarf, and at first they seem slightly in the dwarf's favor, but they very, very quickly turn to your favor as the dwarf busts several times in his throws, and you seem to roll quite a number of wonderful hands. Suddenly, the dwarf slams his hand down on the table and swears loudly, and as you win and collect his 4 gold from him.
Cool. I say, oh man, thank you so much. Thank you, such a wonderful game. My friends over that table will be really glad to know that you paid for their drinks.
Yeah, piss off, Elf. Go away.
Yeah, it was a pleasant for me too. I call the barman to the table. I don't know the prices around here, but I believe for 3 gold is gonna be just even too much for some finest drinks for my friends.
Yeah, 3 gold would be far more. The drinks, I think the most expensive drink in here is a silver.
Oh really? Yeah, I'll pay with silver. I'll not waste all that precious gold One in the fair game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally fair game.
totally fair. I
All right,
give it to you guys.
yeah, the barmaid comes up and asks what you'd like, and um,
So
takes
please find us drinks
yeah.
for my friends here, and give her 4 silver pieces, I guess.
Her eyes light up, and she's like, "Oh, right away, absolutely." And she goes off, and she's gone for a little while, but a little while later, there she comes back with some quite nice looking steel mugs. Inside them with a um, quite a nice smooth mead. You take a sip of it, and it's really delightful on the tongue. It's our finest dwarven mead we have.
Thank you, Adrian.
Yeah, you're welcome, Ghost Girl.
Was that around for the table?
Yes.
Much appreciated. Well,
So,
we didn't trade names yet. I go by Connacht.
yeah, name's Adrian.
Yeah, nice to meet you all. I'm Katara.
I think I told my name to Katara on the beach back there. She already knew that. What?
And a higher voice than mine says, "My name is Simsy."
Yep.
It's a very nice voice.
Not the voice I'm doing this whole time. That is not her voice.
Cool.
My name is Simsy.
Nice to meet you.
So, what do you guys do with the fish scale we have? Or should
Oh,
I say fishman scale?
I sold mine.
Oh, you sold yours. Cool.
I still have mine. I'll sell them if needed, and potentially maybe they'd be useful down the line, but they may only just be worth gold to someone that's going to craft with them. I still have mine for the moment.
But don't you think that it's like weird that the city was like the village was attacked, nobody showed up except us.
I'm
like,
probably going to go and talk to their captain.
Uh-huh.
It is weird. Either these people are used to this, not threatened by this, or too many of their watchmen are hanging around the inn and not actually patrolling. It's not my town. I just got here, but I might go have a chat with the captain.
Maybe those guys were maybe those guys were perfectly innocent travelers who we just, murdered in cold blood.
I doubt it. They seemed like they were going to be attacking, and I don't know any fishmen that are non-hostile monsters.
Do you know many fishmen?
No, but I don't know of any races in civilization that match that description. They seemed intent enough that I would consider them monsters without a second thought.
Mm-hmm.
But the screams we heard, I feel like, were enough that somebody saw them and knew what they were. What concerns me is that we were the ones that showed up and nobody else came to assist or looked like they were on their way.
Yeah, that's a good thing about the screams you're saying. That's true. That's how it started, all that. And we did not even see the person who screamed, did we?
No, I assume they ran off, but the other thing I'll note is I'm not speaking very loudly beyond the table, but these dwarves that you were speaking with mentioned that if something was going down, they would have been called, and everybody's here. So it's possible that whoever we heard calling our attention didn't make a scream loud enough that these people heard and they would have responded, but we don't know. It's something that I intend to mention at least to the captain while introducing myself.
Maybe all the guards were just sort of like, looks like they got it.
It's possible, but I would expect a patrol to at least lend a hand if anyone was even looking in the area, which is close enough to town, I'd expect. It may merit that the chatter I'm talking about from this is I have experience in the area. I was captain of the watch back in M for quite some time in my career. I'm with a paladin order now, but I'm familiar with town guard method and watch. So I'm not just being a nosy neighbor. I actually know what to expect, and either this is a unprofessional group or they aren't aware. But the lack of patrols concerns me. It's not my town though, so I'm not going to tell the captain what to do, but I might mention that he might consider a few more drills and practice with his watch.
You could like show up and pretend to be some sort of inspector and just scare the crap out of them.
I could, but I don't feel the need to be dishonest. Just to point out where he may have a lack, and that he may consider closing that gap, while also assuring him that we took care of the problem and they can decide what to do with the bodies, whether they let them rot on the beach, which is not a sanitary practice, or if they want to go clean them up.
Yeah. Should we go? Should you go to the guard captain now?
I can do that in time. But what about the rest of y'all? Y'all are clearly capable adventurers. I don't know what brought you to this area, but I felt compelled to continue on the journey that I'm on for my order. I hail with the Order of the Golden Lion. I don't know if any of you have heard of that or familiar, but
Nope.
without chewing your ears off in long stories and tales, our goal overall is to move through the areas that of this world, and we owe debts that we call part of our penance of duty, and that we try to show up in places and offer assistance to the goodly faiths and destruction to the evil ones. We also look for anything that is damage to the weave of magic and try to repair it. But generally, my experience is most places we go, we just assist the people in the area if they have a need, and if they don't, we move on. I'm just at the tail end of my journey. I'm expecting to maybe talk to the captain or the mayor, depending on the structure of this town, and see if they have any needs, and if they do, assist, and if they don't, then I'll charter a ship to home, back toward the Sword Coast, towards Am, that direction. How about the rest of you?
As you're talking, Adrian and Katara both notice a female dwarf dressed not overly nicely, but in high quality clothing with a really nice. You can't tell if it's silver or steel necklace on, but what you do notice about her is she has bright red hair, coppery red hair. And she walks in, she's dwarven, she goes straight to the dwarven table and sits down. Guitar also notices that the dwarves seem to show her quite a bit of deference, and as she sits, and they begin to talk. Feel free to continue.
That's really interesting. As for myself, let me remember my backstory here. Oh, I thought I had it written down.
Don't really remember who I am.
Please hold while I remember where who I am.
You just need to drink more. That's it.
I come from further north, from a city that starts with the sea. I'm sorry, Levi. What was it again?
You're from Chanethgate.
Yeah. And my my father worked for the local magistrate, and so he'd take me around, and I ended up having an apprenticeship with the dwarves there pretty much my entire teenage years. And well, adventuring wise, my father was kidnapped, and we launched a rescue mission. Were able to save him, and after that, yeah, I'd been in school at the time, and I just couldn't sit around. And I mean, I enjoyed studying, but I couldn't just sit around and do it anymore. And after having a taste for adventure, so I started traveling a bit and ended up down here and kind of just looking for adventuring work.
Yeah, pretty much the same, you know.
Here to elaborate.
What to elaborate here? Going from town to town, making some gold, gambling when I have an opportunity to, like with those
Yeah.
guys over there.
We
Got really
noticed
lucky, you know, just got really lucky. Um, yeah, I don't even know what to add here.
Connacht teasingly speaks to Adrian in his own Elvish tongue. Says, "Liberate anything that's not yours."
Sometimes. Not all the time, you know. More like Robin Hood. I know that he doesn't exist in, in this universe, but I feel that Connacht understands me.
Oh, I know of the famed elf Robin Hood.
Yeah, my brother, by the way. So yeah, that's my story, guys. I just traveled there, like back and forth, living the life of a traveler, and I like it. I like it. I like it. Pretty cool places, you know. I decided to see the world, maybe. Um, make some coins. Don't even know what to add. Been on the road for a long time already.
Now that the woman, the redheaded dwarf, you hear her yell something at one of the other dwarves, and now Sinzi and Connacht also are aware of her being there.
What does she yell?
You don't, unless you speak Dwarvish, you don't know.
I do.
It is a very unflattering term about his work ethic.
Mm-hmm. I kind of snigger a little bit. and tell the rest of the people what she was yelling about. Not everyone, just us at the table.
Mm-hmm. Don't you guys wonder what is this creature doing here to the left of me?
Oh, yep.
I don't really even know who are you. Try not to show my surprise, but don't look like anything I've seen in my life. I've been traveling, you know.
Rare like myself, I'd recognize a genasi, but I've only seen one or two others like you. Different than you, but
Yeah,
And you
actually.
would actually roll nature. Wyatt.
Because he says Genasi, I was like, what is Genasi? I'm not sure I've even heard this word before.
Oh, that's my race, actually. That's who I am.
Yeah,
And,
you know what they are. You would also kind of know that they are even more rare than you.
and yeah, sorry, I was just listening to your stories and got carried away. And I, frankly speaking, I'm a fellow pirate. I'm a daughter of ship's captain. And
Pirate? Oh my goodness.
pretty much. So yeah, I came from the sea of the fallen stars, and I'm actually in the clergy of Prakan, the god of seas and yeah, tempest. So yeah, why I'm here in the city of Saltmarsh, because I came to continue my studies. In the clergy in the temple of Prokan here. Maybe you've heard of it, maybe you didn't because you're just new. And actually, yeah, I'm just new to the city as you are. I've been here for a couple of weeks just studying and practicing my magic yeah, at the temple.
Wow. So many new words to me here.
Mm-hmm.
The temples and your deity and you. Wow. I'm really impressed. What does our paladin think about the pirate here?
I'm surprised of the casual mention of piracy, but um, the life of a lawman is not what I live now. So don't worry yourself. Same about you, Adrian. I recognize your style. But I'm a paladin at this time,
Recognize
so
my style?
it's not exactly. I'm not exactly going to be arresting y'all. I don't do that anymore.
I'm speaking in Elvish to connect, and I say, fancy to explain that?
Oh, just like I teased back in Elvish. You know, you strike me as the type that will opportunistically take what's not nailed down. But
All right. Yeah, don't you worry so much. I'm not that bad.
Lindsay piped up in Elvish. I can understand you all.
Oh my goodness. That was unexpected. Switch back to common.
in any case, I'm here for the purposes I mentioned before with the order. I'm just my only connection with going to talk to the guard captain is just a concern for the town structure.
I try to listen in more if that dwarven lady is saying anything.
Okay. Roll perception. Yes, you are able to hear her. She is speaking to the other dwarves. Um, there's we don't have a lot of time here. We have to prove ourselves to the townfolk, make sure that they understand the value that we bring here. It's no use idling by. Don't mind y'all being here sometimes, but staying here as long as you have is not the way to endear yourselves. Not the way we have to endear ourselves to the people here. That's about what you hear as she's speaking to them.
Interesting. I go ahead and just relate what I'm hearing and understanding.
As okay.
Quietly. I say it quietly. I don't want her to hear me.
Would y'all like another round? I'm done with this wonderful mead. Would y'all like another round?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Same.
I'm good.
I'll have some.
Okay. Connacht buys the next round for whoever is wanting it.
Can I offer Simsy something a bit stronger?
Oh, sure.
Connacht would like to call over, if not go to the bar and just see what they have available. That's more in the area of a liqueur, whether it's whiskey or something exotic, just something a bit more powerful that would come in a smaller glass.
Okay. As you go over there, the red-headed dwarf lady comes over to your table. I see y'all are new in town. What brings you down to Slatmarsh?
Beer.
Not you. You're at the bar.
I give her the same thing that I basically told them. Just tell her just a tiny bit about how I'm coming for a little bit more of an adventurous lifestyle and traveling around.
In what language?
Dwarvish.
Dwarvish. Her eyebrow raises a bit. You speak our language. It's
I do.
unexpected.
I do. I spent many years as an apprentice for dwarves where I'm from.
Really? How did you manage that? We don't tend to take outsiders into our confidence so easy.
Well, I'm just so special. No, I'm kidding. My father had good connections with the local hill dwarves in our area, and they accepted me. Really became like family.
She actually sits down at the table where Connacht was, very interested to hear such a connection between humans and dwarves. And says, really, what clan?
Levi, what clan was it? I can't remember.
Brawn Anvil.
Okay. Guys, I promise I wrote my backstory, but Levi filled in some details. So yeah, I share the Brawn Anvil.
Interesting. I'm from Clan Copperlocks myself. Brawn Anvil. She seems to hesitate a little bit on the name, but then nods her head. You said you're searching for the adventurous lifestyle, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
I think I may have some work for you then. Did you know that the dwarves were brought down here by royal decree to start searching for silver in the cliffs by Slatmarsh?
Forgive me, I did not. Please tell me more.
Yes, we were told that, well, there's no better miners, of course, in all the and all the Faerun and dwarves, and the kingdom of Dambrath is certainly in need of coin, and we came down here in order to help the kingdom to do our part, serve our purpose, and then mine the silver. I will. I absolutely. There's no better miner, of course, than myself, even to deal with a mining operation, which of course is why they contracted me. Unfortunately, I am no warrior. Not that I can't handle myself in a fight, of course, but my men are miners, not fighters, and we seem to have a slight issue with the mines. And if you were so inclined, I would be willing to pay you to clear out some problem. Something kind of came into our minds as we were digging, and it's now made it difficult for us to mine without worrying about our safety. If you could clear that out, I would be very grateful and happy, and certainly could trust this to someone who has been such a valuable ally to Taurus before, if you'd be willing to take on such a job.
I would be willing to help. And perhaps, I don't know if you heard a commotion by the waterfront. We had some issues with some fish folk who came ashore, and I met these companions today as they valiantly went to rid the town of this possible danger. Perhaps they would be willing to help as well. They seem like worthy folk.
Are you guys speaking in Dwarvish?
I switched to common at that, just to kind of let you guys know a little bit about what's going on.
But we didn't hear about the problem that they have, right?
Right. She was speaking in Dwarvish.
Right, but she has to agree to allow me to tell you.
She nods and motions with her head.
Okay, so then I explain in common what she's talking about.
If you're willing to vouch for these people, if they've fought at your side before, then certainly be willing. The prize, of course, the money is the same. You can do with it as you like once you're paid.
Mm-hmm.
And your name was, you said?
Manistrad.
Could you write that in chat? I'm not sure I know how to spell that. Yeah. Not even sure I heard the right thing.
She speaks up as if you might be a little deaf and stretches her hand over the table. Manistrad Copperlocks.
Copperlocks.
You are? And you are?
Adrian is my name.
You have a last name, Adrian?
Adrian Leoden.
And she looks over.
I tried to say that fast so she doesn't understand.
And she looks over at Katara with another raised eyebrow and says, and what might you be?
Is there any problem? do I offend you by being like what I am?
Not at all. But you have to admit you're certainly not the norm around here. She motions around the tavern. Never seen anything like you before.
Well, norm is relative from where I'm at the place where I'm from. What are you exactly interested in?
Well, your name would be helpful.
I'm Katara Olberic. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you, Tara. And she looks around Seamsy, and now that Connacht has reappeared, and is he with you as well?
I am.
Since she was asking Courtney.
Yeah,
Seamsy?
Seamsy doesn't
What?
reply.
Sorry. Yeah. I'm trying to find where Connor is in his room. But yeah, I reply affirmatively.
Так,
I
ага,
see.
ребята, у вас там опять завис зум, да? Вот
Perhaps
скотина.
together y'all would
Я только сейчас
serve,
заметил.
y'all would manage pretty well whatever is down there. Yes, the
Очень плохо все, ребята. Я не знаю,
the
почему
pay
не
would be
показывается.
100 gold if you manage to drive all
Я реально не знаю, если у
of
кого-то есть
whatever it
какие-то
is down there
идеи
out,
по поводу того, как
and
в OBS
you would
добавить
certainly have
изображение с
the
зума.
good good feelings of the dwarves if you were to handle such a thing for us.
Do you have any clues as to what might be plaguing you?
Not really. The men are
Просто хрень.
close-lipped about it for some reason, despite being ordered to tell me what it is. I think they don't know, and it really is just at this point irritating enough to
О,
have not completely closed down the operation, but
добро пожаловать назад.
if we end up losing somebody down there to whatever it is, then it's a problem. Cuts and scratches and whatnot, that's one thing, but to actually lose someone, that would cause a problem.
I have experienced loss, a dwarf who I considered a brother, so I understand.
She nods and gives her condolences.
So what is that? What is that you want us to do?
She wants you to clear out some mines.
And what is the reward, you said?
She's at 100 gold.
Thank you. It's weird. I thought I was paying attention, but wow, sorry.
I'm happy to assist with that endeavor. If y'all will give me a moment to go chat with the guard captain and get that out of the way, I doubt that'll take very long. More just want to keep him informed.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. But what about the clear of the mines? Are we supposed to go there with like vacuum cleaner and clean it, or what? The details, lady, details.
She looks at you, obviously irritated
She should be.
by the impertinence of the elf. She turns to Seamsy and just lets out a deep breath. At that, I suppose if you want to travel with that, then that's none of my business. But
Well, at this
tell
point,
him the business if he can't figure it out when I say it the first time.
Hold
And
up
she walks
there.
out.
Hey, wait.
She ignores you and leaves.
I tell Adrian, if you want the gold you're offering, it'd be best not to offend her, or she's offering.
Yeah, I heard about the creatures and stuff. What am I supposed to clear there? What is there a dragon living in the mines and we just assigned to the task for 100 to kill the dragon there? Or what?
If we find a dragon, we don't have to keep trying. We can just leave.
Right.
It's their problem for that amount of money.
Yeah, lose a dragon, 100 gold ain't worth it.
This is not how things work,
I
you know, guys. I mean,
However, I do feel personally drawn to assist the town if they have an issue with their mine. Then, gold or not, I'm compelled to. I'm compelled to get in and try, see what the problem is, and if I can do something about it, do it. But there's no need to risk like certain death over something that clearly needs more assistance. But we can go look, and if we can do something, we should do something. The gold is just a perk. It's also compensation for any supplies we might lose.
you can give me your gold then from this task after we complete it.
Oh,
If it's just
no,
a
it's
perk for you.
no, it's mine. It'll be my part, but I'm saying it's not the reason I would be going.
I still don't get it. I'm just saying it's not like you. I don't know. Like you guys. Well, I'm just speechless. Okay, I'm just speechless. Levi, I make a real large amount of smoke coming from the stool under this dwarf. Like a huge amount of smoke to make everybody believe that he's on fire or something.
Which dwarf?
This one like closest to me.
Okay. Smoke starts to rise from the seat underneath him. At the moment, at first they didn't realize anything was happening, but after a little bit of time, this dwarf right here notices something and starts yelling in dwarvish. Seems you realize he's saying, "Hey, your seat's on fire. What happened to you? What are you doing? Get up, get out!" And as he does, this one off the rolls off the seat and begin. Oh, how do I undo that?
Just choose and delete.
What?
Use the choose feature, the arrow, and you click on this thing and you delete it. It's like a token now.
Hey Levi, what time are you supposed to play the other game tonight?
I'm keeping an eye on it. Don't worry.
Okay, because usually your games start at 5, so I was like, whoa.
Yeah, he rolls off the stool and begins like grabbing and patting on his backside, trying to see if he can get the fire out. And then all of them realize that there's nothing there, and he looks around confused. But he looks back at the seat, and it just seems like the seat is smoking.
I'm laughing out loud and I'm saying, somebody please take the guy out of the tavern. He's definitely had enough.
He looks over at you.
I pretend to be drunk while saying that.
Roll performance.
Why performance, not deception?
Because you're acting.
But I'm lying, no? 19?
He completely believes that you're drunk and doesn't seem to worry about it. The group of dwarves, either feeling a little bit embarrassed by what happened or because of their talk earlier with Manistrad, end up getting together and walking out.
Oh man. Okay. Cool. So
So I don't. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I was gonna say, DM, if you don't want to role play it, it's fine. But I'd like to take the opportunity to go across to the barracks and talk to the guard captain.
Okay.
Just to go ahead and tell this. Oh, not dance on the table. tell this group that I'll be back shortly, and after I finish my second drink, and move out of the tavern across to the barracks to just go enter in and ask for where the guard captain is, and assuming that they point me to him or her, inform the guard captain that when I arrived, we of the events that unfolded, we'd heard the scream. We killed 3 fishmen, whatever they were called. Show the scales to just prove that, yeah, like, they're dead. They're on the beach. You might want to clean them up. Concerned, none of the watch showed up. They may want to patrol the area, and whatever the response is, if there is a response, just more of an informative, this happened, this went down, you should be aware. And if there's nothing to be dialogued with that officer, then just leave and come back.
Okay. That was.
I guess I'm gonna get a room. No use to.
I am absolutely not brushing over that. Are you going? You're going to the barracks then?
Yeah. I'd feel that.
Are the rest of y'all staying there?
I'm not going there for sure.
I don't really see it to go, but my drinking buddies are leaving, so I guess I'll follow along.
Okay. You make the short.
It's Nan's mic. Never mind.
Okay. You make the short walk over across the road to the barracks. As you approach, it's the barracks is a little bit different than the other buildings. You saw it, of course, at least once as you passed into the town. It's made of a kind of palisade, long, kind of carved and spiked tree trunks make up the majority of the surrounding gate, as well as part of the freestanding, well, not the freestanding structure, but the structure built into the side of the gate. Above that is a single watchtower and 2 guards equipped with bows walking across at the top of it. As you enter, or attempt to go toward the front, you are stopped by 2 guards at the front door of the barracks. Ho there! Where do you think you're going?
I was informed that this is the location of the commanding officer for the town guard.
You have been informed correctly.
I'd like to inform whoever it's most convenient and allowed to speak to is I am not part of your watch contingent. I'm a paladin of the Order of the Golden Lion. I would like to inform whoever is the appropriate rank in the area that there has been an incursion of monsters, and that has been taken care of.
Well, sure. He doesn't. You're not sure if he knows what the Order of the Golden Lion is, but when you said Paladin and Order of the Golden Lion, he perked up and seemed to stand a little straighter, and suddenly was like, I should take this seriously, and he escorts you immediately inside. Must take you to directly to the guard captain for this report. He takes you inside and to a nice looking office off to one side. Inside, you see at the desk a big, large, burly man with fiery red hair, uh, big red beard, bushy, and somewhat unkempt. He is leaning over a large wooden table and writing something on it as you enter with the guard. The guard speaks. Begging your pardon, sir, but this paladin of the Order of the Golden Lion is requesting to make a report to you, and I thought I should take him right here. There's a little bit of
Report for
nervousness in
duty.
his voice, and you're not quite sure why. Um, the big man with the red beard. Of course, of course. Thank you. Uh, thank you, Corporal. And he dismisses the guard, and the guard leaves immediately. Yes, the big man stands up, and you realize as he does that he is enormous. He is at least as tall as you are, and probably a couple inches taller, and definitely a bit broader when it comes to the shoulders. He walks around his desk and over to you and shakes your hand and says, Iliandor Fireborn. And
Could you spell that out?
Because he.
I'll dialogue
That's-
if you don't mind spelling that out in the chat, DM. Well met. Give me a minute.
Eliander
I
Fireborn.
thought you asked him to spell his name.
No, I meant asking the DM for that.
I know.
That's not a normal thing.
Well met, Iliander. My name is Connacht. I'm a paladin of the Order of the Golden Lion.
Eliander.
Welcome.
May I, to properly address you, may I inquire of your rank in the watch?
Commander. I'm commander of the watch and councilman as well. You either is fine or Iliandor is perfectly fine as well. I have not heard of your order before. Whereabouts are you from and who do you serve?
We serve Torm. Honestly, I'm at the end of a very, very long trek that's been journeying over a year now. I come to just inform you of an event that happened when I arrived in your town or city. I haven't explored it to know the size. On a beach over to the east of here, there was an incursion of monsters.
To the south.
To the south? I thought it was east. Well, oh, the compass, the map's turned. Okay. To the south of here, there was on the beach when we arrived. There was a shout that I know we didn't spot who shouted, but on investigation we saw some fish beasts. I'm not really sure what they're called. Clearly monsters. Showing the scales. They've been defeated though, but their bodies lie on the beach. I just wanted to inform you of the incursion, and on top of that, during the fight, none of the watch had arrived. Considering it was so close to your home here, I might recommend you expand your patrol to that area, if not regularly, temporarily. Again, I'm not part of your watch, so just a recommendation, but these do seem like they would be quite overpowering to any normal citizens, so wanted to make sure that you were informed. Beyond that, I just wanted to introduce myself as I'm in the area so you know who I am. And as I'm speaking to him, I'm looking directly into his eyes the entire time, showing respect as I have no reason to not. And beyond that, if you have any need of my services, I work for I'm with the Order of the Golden Lion. One of our tenets is to assist the debt. It's called the debt of persecution. It sounds strange, but it's to aid the goodly faiths. So if there are any temples in town, I wouldn't mind being directed that direction. If not, I will speak to any clerics and citizens of any kind of a faith order and see if there's any way I can assist. Otherwise, my purpose here is completed unless you have something of a matter that you'd like to discuss. I will depart.
Well, that is a disturbing thing. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. And thank you for handling it. I'm going to deal with my guards and make sure that they patrol the coast.
I did note that there appear to be 6 guards that aren't busy in the tavern across the street. Perhaps they would be an easy choice to send in that direction.
So, thank you for taking care of that. I don't have any jobs for you at the moment, but I will definitely keep you in mind if I do in the future. Thank you once again. He extends his big hand and shakes yours.
Returning the shake, and it says, "Well met, Commander Fireborn, and I'll be seeing you."
He nods and sits back down.
So I leave the barracks and return to the tavern.
Okay. Well,
Adrian,
guys,
Adrian may be with me, but he, I guess, didn't say anything.
No,
well, guys,
I did not go to the barracks.
Okay.
I stayed in the tavern this whole time.
That is where we're going to leave it for today.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. Good job, guys. GG's.
You are now level 2, so make sure you have your characters leveled up by level 2 or to level 2 by next game.
So just to specify, did we agree, like, did we agree to go ahead and take that quest, or?
I think so.
Cool.
Yeah, we decided to clear the mines for 100 gold pieces.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
That feeling when you plan to have a nautical adventure and now you're going down to the mines for some reason.
True that, by the way. True that.
Surprise.
Did not expect this.
A little bit before we get to the main thing.
Oh, by the way, before you left Connacht, Iliandor may have hinted that there is another councilman called Anders that may have something for you.
Anders.
Yes. And that he lives further to the east in the town.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, thank you guys. Wyatt, it was nice to meet you for the first time.
Nice to meet both of you too.
Thank you very much for waking up so early for us.
Really?
No problem. It was fun.
Appreciate it.
And Levi, can I expect normally that we'll end around this time?
Yes.
Okay. Easy.
I think it's a good idea, right? Having a game for 3 hours or something, so like, don't get tired too much, and we can proceed. Courtney,
I can start my day.
Levi has another game right after this, so he has to.
Oh yeah, especially about that. I forgot about that. You can start your day, man. Yeah. Just that's really highly appreciated, man. I want you to know that. Oh my goodness, 9:05, dude.
And a whole day ahead.
Yeah, you have a whole day ahead at least. So cool.
All right, guys. I'm going to take off. I'll see y'all later.
Y'all have a good
Yeah.
one.
Much, guys. Peace.
See you guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Так, ну, собственно, вот и все. Сейчас, секунду, ребятки. Давайте-ка, ну-ка. Окей. Давайте попробуем. Сейчас что-то у меня видно немного странно. Оп. И вот так вот мне больше нравится. Вот так. О, супер, отлично. Да, вот, собственно, и все. На сегодня это все. Каждую субботу теперь, если у нас все будет без изменений, мы будем потихонечку стримить наши игры с американцами. Если вам интересно, то обязательно подключайтесь на мои личные странички. И еще, может быть, в паре групп будут оповещения. Я хочу сказать еще раз, что D&D на самом деле не настолько скучный, насколько может показаться на стриме. И признаюсь честно, если бы меня не попросили ребята из моего клуба, из Limitless Club, я бы, наверное, даже стримить не начинал D&D, потому что сколько раз я не пытался смотреть стримы по D&D самостоятельно, я вам скажу честно, мне не очень сильно нравилось. Я только парочку, даже не парочку, наверное, один только вот я посмотрел, минут 30, наверное. Там что-то чуваки по пляжу бегали туда-сюда, какую-то вообще каких-то монстров там убивали, что-то типа такого. И поэтому скажу честно, мне больше нравится играть в D&D, а не смотреть. Это одна из тех игр, которые смотреть на стриме, на мой взгляд, вообще реально невозможно. Но, с другой стороны, я также понимаю, я DM-лю D&D потихоньку, можно сказать, даже учусь еще пока DM-ить, потому что я очень неопытный и новый DM, можно сказать. И DM на самом деле еще интереснее, чем играть в D&D, потому что сегодня я был игроком, и я понимал, что некоторые диалоги, которые происходили между DM и игроками, мне как игроку отдельно они не особо интересны. То есть мне как игроку, конечно же, более интересно, когда со мной лично, да, что-то происходит, какое-то действие. Но это командная игра, и это часть игры, поэтому все нормально. Поэтому вот. Спасибо всем, кто смотрел. Если вы, ребята, кто-то еще остался со мной онлайн, то большой респектос. А если вы смотрите это в записи, то тоже спасибо большое за просмотр. Если у вас есть какие-то комментарии или какие-то вопросы, всегда пишите в комментариях под этим видео или к этому посту на моей стене. Да, я обязательно посмотрю и обязательно отвечу когда-нибудь. Поэтому спасибо большое, что были с нами. На сегодня это все. И увидимся в следующую субботу в том же самом формате. Все, пока-пока.